We welcome you back to Manasquan High School for the first day of the final week of the Jersey Shore Basketball League's regular season. Tipping off our Tuesday night doubleheader, Seaview Jeep against ACI Robins Nest. Both these teams looking for a win to help strengthen their playoff positioning, although there's going to be some light benches today for both sides. Only 6 available for Seaview Jeep and 5 for ACI Robins Nest. Although a lot of those guys that are on the floor tonight are very important guys, so pretty much all the main guys are on the floor for both teams as we're underway as Jared Kimbrough of ACI Robins Nest wins the tip-off. Here's Dwayne Jones, the point guard, rises with the left and opens up the scoring with a bucket. So Dwayne Jones on the floor for ACI Robins Nest as Xander Rice making his season debut, misses a 3 on the other end. Jones, a long outlet pass up to Tyreek Montgomery. His post hook is good, and a quick 4-0 lead. So a quick 4-0 lead. Here's George Pappas. A long three-pointer is off the front side. ACI Robins Nest moving with pace. Here's Jones, the floor general. Kicks out to Amari Jones. He's wide open for a corner 3. That one halfway down and out. So the 5 on the floor for ACI Robins Nest. Dwayne Jones, Tyreek Montgomery. As a three-pointer from Pappas is good in the corner, and that'll open up the scoring for Seaview Jeep. So Montgomery, Jones, also out there, Micah Kerr, Amari Jones, and Jared Kimbrough as Kimbrough misses a three-pointer short. Here's Pappas in transition. Doesn't have the numbers, so he'll just step back and launch a 3. That one around the rim and out. Justin Robinson running the point for Seaview Jeep alongside George Pappas and Xander Rice in the front court, or in the back court, I should say, is a nice pick and roll. Jared Kimbrough scores off the feed from Dwayne Jones. Pappas kicks to C.J. Ruoff, one of those forwards in the starting lineup, as he drives in and gets the layup to fall. Emmett Hall, the starter at center tonight for Seaview Jeep. Josh Cohen not currently in the building. And the lone Seaview Jeep man on the bench, or I guess the lone man on the bench for either team, is Colin Cavanaugh, the guard. So 6-5 lead for ACI Robins Nest as give-and-go action with Jones and Kimbrough. He kicks out into the corner. Montgomery left open for 3, knocks it down. 9-5 lead. It's another three-pointer. Here's Robinson, leaves it for Ruoff. It goes off his hands and out of bounds. ACI Robins Nest off to a really strong start in this one, and again, they could use a win. As they're jockeying for playoff positioning, the same for Seaview Jeep. Here's Kimbrough over to Jones. Pappas defending off a high screen. He'll just rise up with a floater from the elbow. Won't go. Rebound tapped out by Pappas. Over to Xander Rice. Long pass up to a wide open Emmett Hall, and he lays it up and in. Hall, the big man tonight, cuts the lead to 2 in the opening 2.5 minutes. Here's Montgomery. Left open once again from 3. This one is too strong. Rice the rebound. Again, Xander Rice making his season debut with the final regular season game for Seaview Jeep. They have the playoff exception, but he is also eligible for an injury exemption after getting surgery on his elbow. As Pappas gets Kimbrough in the air, gets the shot to go, and he'll have a free throw to try to complete the three-point play. As a crafty move by Pappas ties up the game. First foul on Kimbrough, first foul of the game by either side. And Seaview Jeep looking to take the lead for the first time. Pappas can't complete the three-point play. Rebound goes to Kimbrough. Here comes Jones to bring it up. Kimbrough attacking Emmett Hall off the dribble, spins in the lane, puts it up and in with the left hand. Using the spin move there to create some space, and the lead goes back to ACI Robins Nest. Here's Justin Robinson in the lane, fall away 2 off the back of the iron, and it won't fall. So ACI Robins Nest currently in 3rd place, sole possession of 3rd place in the league standings in the final week, as a step-back 3 from Jones is way off. Robinson the rebound. Here's Robinson probing. Realized there was no one around him. Put up a floater that was too strong. Montgomery saves the rebound to Kimbrough. Again, 3-2. They can finish as high as the number 2 seed and as low as the number 5 seed as Robinson recovers on defense to pick off the pass. And the bucket good for C.J. Ruoff. Again, one of the most high-efficiency players in the league this year. We're tied up at 11. 11 all, opening 4 minutes. Here's Kimbrough. Looking for some off-ball movement. Drives in on Hall. Lefty, righty scoop layup is good. That's going to be a matchup problem potentially, as Kimbrough excellent with the ball in his hands. Here's Robinson, lobs it up, got fouled, and Justin Robinson will head to the foul line for the first time tonight.
ACI foul charge to number 11, Tyree Montgomery. That is his first, team second.
So first foul on Montgomery, second on ACI Robins Nest, as it looks like the first man off the bench has arrived for ACI Robins Nest. We'll see who that may be, as the first free throw from Robinson is good. So playoff scenarios, a win over Seaview Jeep tonight would guarantee them the 3 seed or higher. They have OIB Ortho on Wednesday. That game rescheduled from last week's rainout as 2 free throws go down for Justin Robinson. The score is tied at 13 all. Here's Kimbrough, lobs it up for Kerr, comes down and puts up the floater and in, and ACI Robins Nest takes the lead back. Here's Robinson once again driving. Nice bounce pass to Ruoff, thought about it, but too much defense. He kicks out for Pappas. Now Pappas with a floater, leaves it short. Kerr gets the rebound, gives to Montgomery. ACI Robins Nest will move it up the floor quickly. Around the horn, back to Jones, the point guard. Around a screen, into the lane, a lefty scoop is good. ACI Robins Nest hard to stop when they are attacking the basket. And they are driving with a lot of success tonight, as Rice does the same the other way, but can't get that layup to fall off the glass midway through the opening quarter. Here's Amari Jones. That three-pointer is off the mark. Got wide open and then hesitated a little bit. That might have thrown off the shot rhythm. Transition 3 for Robinson is short. Kerr gets the rebound. So a bit of a feeling out first quarter here in this one. Here's Kimbrough. Retreating, now gives to Jones. Jones drives to the right side, goes up and under. Oh, Dwayne Jones once again attacking the basket. And it's a 19-13 lead, 3 straight buckets, all of them at the rim. As Pappas hits the layup, are they going to give him continuation? Yes, they will. So it looked like a bit of a take foul, as much as you can get, by Amari Jones, as Pappas had the step. But Pappas with the heady play to just flip it up. And he got it to fall, so he'll have 1 free throw on the other side of this first media timeout. ACI Robins Nest with a 19-15 lead, 4:24 to play in the first quarter. When we come back, rest of the first quarter action on the JSBL Network. We're back here in Manasquan after the media timeout as George Pappas finishes off a 3-point play. Down to a 3-point game, 19-16, with about 4 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Here's Kimbrough, driving it on Pappas, has the size advantage, goes up, got stripped on the way up by Rice. Here he comes the other way. In transition, now he reverses course around the horn. Kavanaugh checks into the game for Hall. ACI thought he got away with the travel. Here's Pappas. He'll loft from 3. That one's good. And we are tied. So a 6-0 run, followed by ACI Robins Nest, followed by a 6-0 run from Seaview Jeep, and we're all knotted up at 19 with under 4 to play in the opening quarter. Here's Dwayne Jones, directing traffic for ACI once again. Attacking CJ Ruoff off the dribble. He'll step back and fire from the free throw line. It's short. Rebound Pappas. He's looking to speed some things up here. Pappas finds a trailing Rice off the dribble. The layup won't fall. Jones turning on the Jets. Leaves it off for Amari Jones. His wide open 3 is up. Won't go, but will get an out of bounds, as it looked like it hit the upper parts of the backboard that are automatically out of bounds. So 19-19, 3:19 to play in the opening quarter. Again, a bit of a feeling out process for both teams. They've used a variety of different speeds as Pappas into the lane. He gets it to fall, and George Pappas has been one of the standouts of this first quarter. Here's Jones over to Kimbrough. Those two, once again, have dominated a lot of the scoring, and three more to the tally of Jared Kimbrough to give ACI the lead back. Kimbrough can stretch the floor. Here's Rice trying to do the same. Leaves it short. Montgomery hauls in the rebound. Gets his pocket picked by Pappas, but Montgomery goes to the ground to pick it up. Dwayne Jones finds a cutting Amari Jones. Goes up and under. That one won't go, but he got his own board. Second chance. Gets contact. Gets the layup to fall. Amari Jones on the board for the first time tonight off the second effort. And the lead is back to 3 for ACI Robins Nest. Robinson powering into the lane and finishing over the hand of Tyreek Montgomery. Again, for Seaview Jeep, same as ACI Robins Nest, they can also finish as high as 2 as Dwayne Jones into the lane draws a foul. I'll get the foul on Rice. That's his first. And again, if Stearns Trailer falls to Larson Ford, Stearns Trailer 4-2 right now, so if they fall to Larson Ford, they would end the season at 4-3. So if Stearns Trailer were to lose to Larson Ford tomorrow night, as the first free throw goes for Jones, Seaview Jeep and ACI Robins Nest both have a chance to jump into the top 3 of the standings. Second free throw for Jones is also good. So 2-for-2 trip, and the lead is back to 3. Here's Robinson driving into the lane, kicks out for Kavanaugh. His catch and shoot 3 is around the rim and short. Rebound by Dwayne Jones. Here is Montgomery going up and under. Lead now 5 for ACI Robins Nest. And again, the transition attack for ACI Robins Nest has been really strong when they choose to speed it up. They're very deliberate with their pace. They can be really dangerous when they want to speed it up. Here's Robinson in the isolation, knocks down a mid-range J. Again, if Seaview Jeep wins tonight, they can move up to the 3. It would guarantee them 3 or 2 in the standings. As here's Kimbrough into the lane, gets fouled. Kimbrough will head to the lane head to the line, I should say, for 2 free throws. So whoever wins this game clinches a top 3 seed. And if Stearns Trailer loses to Larson Ford tomorrow night, then that team that wins tonight could have a chance at the 2 seed. So a lot at stake in tonight's game. And both teams are playing like it so far with a 28-25 lead for ACI Robins Nest with 90 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Kimbrough's first free throw rattles around and out. And Larson Ford at 2-3. They have 2 games remaining this week. They could also climb as high as the 2 seed. Now they have a tall task at hand going up against as the second free throw for Kimbrough won't go. They play the top 2 teams in the standings. Ruoff off a spin move, misses that one off a transition feed from Pappas. Jones the rebound. Dwayne Jones, he'll retreat with Rice on him, finds Montgomery. Montgomery will fire with Robinson stepping back. That one won't fall. Pappas gets the board. Pappas will slow it down without numbers, instead splits the double team. Layup is short. Here comes Amari Jones. Overpowering into the lane, but loses the ball. They'll say it touched him last. So Larson Ford, they have Stearns Trailer, and then they have OIB Ortho this week. So the top 2 teams in the league. So very difficult task at hand, but if they were to run the table, they would have a chance at the 2 seed themselves as Robinson muscles into the lane for 2. 28-27, ACI Robins Nest still in the lead, but 2 straight baskets now for Seaview Jeep. Here's Montgomery off a high screen from Kimbrough, rolls to the basket, gets the pass, drives in, lays it up and in. And Seaview Jeep just doesn't have an answer for Jared Kimbrough. With Hall on the bench, Josh Cohen again is not here so far as Xander Rice lofts a 3, can't get the bounce. ACI Robins Nest can go 2 for 1 with an 8-second difference. Kimbrough takes advantage, can't knock down the 3 as the rebound goes to Robinson, although the shot clock didn't automatically reset, so last shot opportunity for Seaview Jeep. Trailing by 3. Here's Robinson controlling it. Now 10 seconds and counting. Fakes his first move. Robinson with 7. Now drives into the lane. Gets to the middle, 4 seconds now, kicks for Kavanaugh. Catch and shoot three is up, it won't go. Ruoff at the buzzer in the air, he can't get that one to fall. So an exciting first quarter of a Monday night opening leg with playoff implications. ACI Robbins Nest takes a 30-27 lead after a quarter. Well, that was fun. Let's hope the next 3 quarters are just as fun. We'll take a quick break on the other side. Second quarter coming up on the JSBL Network. Started the second quarter here in Manasquan between Seaview Jeep and ACI Robbins Nest as Seaview with possession. Emmett Hall in the posts. Tries to find Justin Robinson, but Tyreek Montgomery picks it off. Here goes Montgomery looking to go coast to coast in midair, had to adjust. Shot is off the mark. Here's Robinson the other way. Gibbon Loyal, the lone substitution here in attendance, wearing number 4 instead of his usual number 10. Here's Rice into the lane, gets the layup to fall. Welcome to the JSBL in 2026, Xander Rice, as he gets his first shot to fall. He was scoreless on 5 attempts in the first quarter as Jones was looking to make a pass down low and Rice deflected it away. Here is Jones, loses control of it, was looking for a foul, picked up by Kavanaugh. Wide open, uncontested layup. So Kavanaugh gives Seaview Jeep the lead back. Jones was looking for a whistle, he didn't get it, and the ball poked behind him, so no chance to recover it. Here's Kimbrough over to Jones, the 1-2 game between those two. Chemistry on point as always, into the lane. Jones can't get it to fall, rebound tapped around a couple times, into the hands of Robinson. 3-man game for Seaview Jeep, a 3 is good, and a foul for Xander Rice. So Rice, after shooting 0 for 5 in the first quarter, is now 2 for 2 with 5 points and a chance for a 6th at the foul line. And all of a sudden, it's now Seaview Jeep's largest lead of the night at 4.
Xander Rice, he will be shooting 1.
13 points in the first quarter for George Pappas, 8 for Justin Robinson, and now 6 in the opening minute and 16 seconds of the second quarter for Xander Rice. Jared Kimbrough with 11 and Dwayne Jones with 8 to lead ACI Robbins Nest in scoring. Also 7 points from Tyreek Montgomery. Here he is with the ball now. In the lane, floater is short. Rebound deflected back into his hands. And a reset offensive possession. Here's Kerr. Catch and shoot triple. Steps into it, knocks it down. Deficit now down to 2. Kerr off the offensive rebound. Nice job just knocking down the jumper as Robinson draws a foul on Montgomery. He couldn't believe it. And second straight foul on a 3-pointer as Montgomery didn't let Robinson get into his landing spot. So 3 free throws coming up for Justin Robinson. First shot around the rim and out. Second one good, so the lead is pushed to 3. Again, only 6 guys on each team available so far tonight. Obviously more could be on their way. As Ruoff on the bench for Seaview Jeep and Amari Jones on the bench for ACI Robbins Nest. So a 2 for 3 trip for Justin Robinson. Makes it 37-33. Opening 2 minutes of the second quarter. High screen from Kimbrough. Jones into the lane. That one's too easy the high pick and roll game, it just allows Jones to split the lane and just get whatever he wants. Rice left open for a pull-up three, won't go. Kimbrough skies for the rebound, trying to go coast to coast into the lane. He throws it down with one hand. Kimbrough with the handling and then the attack. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what, when Kimbrough has a full head of steam, he's one of those guys you do not want to get in his way, as Emmett Hall misses a jumper way short, I should say. Goes out of bounds. And we're tied at 37 with 7:37 to play as Amari Jones checks back in the game. He'll replace Micah Kerr. So ACI with a chance to take the lead back. 2 lead changes in the first quarter. We've seen a couple now in the second already. As Loyal gets the entry pass, size advantage over Robinson. Help comes over, but Loyal scores through the 3 defenders in the area anyways and gives ACI the lead back. As a long bounce pass goes over to Colin Cavanaugh. Nothing there at the basket, so he'll retreat and reset over to Pappas. Montgomery switches on to him. 10 to shoot. Pappas into the lane. Through contact, can't get it to fall. Now break opportunity for ACI Robbins Nest. Jones to Loyal. Back to Jones, gets fouled on the way up, and Dwayne Jones, I should say, will head to the free throw line. And another 6-0 run for ACI Robbins Nest, looking to make it 8. As first free throw for Jones, too strong and out. Ruoff will check back in for Cavanaugh. I believe that was Cavanaugh's second foul. As we don't have the live stats, 2 free throws for Jones won't go. Rebound over to Rice, a long outlet up to Ruoff. He misses the first and misses the second, but he got fouled on the second one. So Amari Jones, or excuse me, CJ Ruoff will head to the foul line. Amari Jones committed the foul. 2 on Jones, 3 in the quarter as a team on ACI Robbins Nest. And again, with only 1 man off the bench for either team, as first free throw for Ruoff rattles in. Foul trouble could play a part in this game. That's why I would also expect it to be very high scoring, as both teams don't want to get into foul trouble, may allow some baskets at the rim, or may not make as much contact just to avoid that foul. So 2 free throws, good for Ruoff. We're tied back up now at 39. Here is Montgomery, catch and shoot, steps into it, knocks it down. Another 3 for Tyreek Montgomery. He has been that perfect third guy for this ACI Robbins Nest on offense. They take the lead back, and now he picks the pocket of Pappas. 3-on-2 break. Montgomery rises above the rest, and a 5-0 run for Tyreek Montgomery. And it looks like Montgomery got a delay of game warning as the ball ricocheted off his foot. Or it looks like it might just be a team delay of game warning. Next one will be a technical foul. Here's Robinson creating space. Can't get the floater to fall with Montgomery defending. Kimbrough with the rebound, now driving in. Over to Jones. Montgomery thought about another 3. Instead, he'll drive baseline, goes double clutch, won't go. And the putback layup for Kimbrough won't go, but he's fouled. We'll see who the foul is on. I believe it'll be on Emmett Hall.
CB foul, charge number 33, Emmett Hall.
It will be.
His first.
Only his first, and team second in the quarter. And already a 5-point lead for ACI Robbins Nest. Kimbrough looking to extend it as his first free throw rattles in and out. Free throws not falling for ACI Robbins Nest so far. They've been close on a lot of them. That could be a potential big point in a close game. Knocks down the second one, though. 1 for 2 trip, and the lead is up to 6. Xander Rice to bring the ball up on this possession for CVG. High screen from Hall. Rice, hesitation, loses the ball. Picked up by Jones. Nice pass to Montgomery, and that was another basket at the rim. Putting a little English on that pass, Dwayne Jones. It's another assist, and the lead is now 8. Largest of the game by either team. But Pappas cuts into it with a foul. Look at Amari Jones, and from here, that looked like a good call as he got him on the forearm.
ACI foul, charge number 31, Amari Jones, his third.
That's 3 on Amari Jones, so again, foul trouble could play a part in this game. And another 4-point play, the second of the game. So the lead back to 4. Again, 3 fouls on 3-point attempts in this second quarter alone. That's given Seaview Jeep a big boost as Jones penetrating, kicks out. Montgomery 3 looking for another one. That one just short. Rebound goes to Rice. Speeding up. Kimbrough guards Rice and affects that shot certainly. Rebound bounces off the head of Emmett Hall and into the hands of Amari Jones. Here's Dwayne the other way. Kicks to Loyal. Sets up a 3 in the corner. Got it. 7-point lead now for ACI Robins Nest. And again, the transition game is deadly by the Nest. 50-43 at the midway point of the second quarter. Here's Robinson driving into the lane. Host of defenders around him. Finds Hall, a little bit too much on that pass. Picked up by Dwayne Jones. Drives in, lays it up. That one short, but he got fouled. They'll get Xander Rice on the foul, and that will send us into the media timeout. ACI Robins Nest playing some good ball right now with a 7-point lead. 4:51 to play in the second quarter. We head to the timeout. When we come back, last half of the second quarter coming up on the JSBL Network. Dwayne Jones to shoot 2 free throws after the media timeout. After he got fouled, makes the first one, and the lead is 8 for ACI Robins Nest, tied for the biggest lead by either team. ACI Robins Nest with its second 8-point lead, misses the second one short. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It will go the way of Seaview Jeep. 51-43, 4:48 on the clock in this first half. ACI Robins Nest really playing well in this opening stretch. They haven't played in a while. They had the week off last week because they were supposed to play Tuesday, but that game was rained out. Here's Ruoff off the dribble, floater, can't get the bounce. Kimbrough the rebound, a one-handed pass up to Jones, but it was picked off or tipped away by Pappas. Couldn't fully catch it though, so it will remain ACI Robins Nest ball. As Jones in the corner, working on Emmett Hall. Drives into the lane, puts up the reverse layup, too much on that one. Pappas the rebound into the front court. Fires out for Robinson, a wide open 3. That one's good, and you can't give Justin Robinson that much room in transition. The lead is back down to 5. So again, ACI Robins Nest had the week off last week because of the rain out on Tuesday. They will play once again on Wednesday this week. As here's Ibn Loyal, step back 3. That one's good, a high arcer from Ibn Loyal. Pushes the lead back to 8 as the two teams trade trays. Here's Pappas, finds Ruoff under the basket, kicks out for Pappas, driving baseline. Ruoff back over to Robinson. Off a screen, finds Hall. Hall left open, 8 to shoot, finds Pappas. I think he was surprised by how open he was. Now Pappas driving baseline, but his foot stepped on the line as he was about to make his drive. As Tyreek Montgomery will check back in for ACI Robins Nest, he'll replace Amari Jones. Dwayne Jones now to bring it up. He gives over to Loyal with Robinson hounding him. Loyal driving in on Pappas, trying to put on the dribble moves. Instead, he'll kick back out for Jones. Jones into the lane, now retreats after the switch. Crossing over, kicks out, Kimbrough, 3, corner, got it. First double-digit lead of the game by either side, and ACI Robins Nest starting to take control in this second quarter. 57-46. Here's Robinson. Tried to get the roll to Hall, picked off by Loyal. 3-on-2 break. Jones missed the layup short. He doesn't usually miss those finger roll layups. Montgomery had the offensive rebound, and he got fouled on the way up. As Jones will do some push-ups for missing the look, and it looks like Montgomery is, so he may have taken a shot to the face there as he's holding his face. As the trainer will come over to check on him. Looks like he might have lost a contact. At least that's what it looks like from here as he's trying to get it back in. That's what it looks like, at least. I was wondering if because he had his hand under his face. I was wondering if he was maybe potentially had like a nosebleed or something like that. But it looks like, at least from our vantage point, it looked like he might have just lost a contact lens and he was trying to fit it back in. So he's getting that taken care of. It'll be Kimbrough standing on the free throw line, and he was not the one who got fouled. It was Montgomery. Maybe Kimbrough is thinking if he just stands there for a while, they'll forget and let him shoot the free throws. As Montgomery's still getting taken care of. Again, this game has some major playoff implications. Both these teams can finish in the top two if things break their way, and that includes a win tonight. That would also require a Larson Ford victory over Stearns trailer. And that could set up a potential logjam of many, many teams at 4-3. County Line Auto Body has already clinched the regular season title. They're 5-0 right now. They have 2 games remaining this week. So already the 1 seed. And again, this is their first season in the league for County Line, and they have never lost in franchise history. So Montgomery's all good. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Knocks down the first. So there is County Line Auto Body at the top, as Colin Cavanaugh will check in for him at Hall. And then a lot of jumbling records, a lot of close records. There's a lot of action in the middle of the standings, and then OIB Ortho currently at 1-4. They have 2 games this week as Montgomery hits both free throws, kind of at the bottom themselves. So we'll see how it goes over this exciting last week of the regular season as Robinson gets in to transition and knocks down a 2-pointer. The lead is 11. And honestly, it feels like there's not that much of a bad matchup. No matter what the playoff matchups will be, all of them have a big level of excitement to them as Kimbrough tried to wrap around, and they'll say was actually tipped out of bounds by Seaview Jeep as he was looking for Micah Kerr on a wraparound. Jones inbound to Kerr. 8 to shoot. Kerr backing down in the post, needs some help, finds Jones. He'll shoot a 3-pointer late in the shot clock. Too strong as it's off the back iron. Pappas with the board. He'll rise up from the logo in transition, and it hits. Pappas with a logo range. We know he can hit it from there, and the lead is back down to single digits. It's 8 with 2:15 to play in the first half. Here's Kimbrough, gives to Loyal. Ibn Loyal off a high screen from Kimbrough, drives in on Ruoff, spins around, loses control of it, gets it back, finds Dwayne Jones. Wide open for a 3. That one is short, but Kimbrough tracks down the rebound for a fresh 14 on the shot clock. Over to a cutting Jones, a nice feed and a nice finish. Lead back to 10 after the second effort bucket. Here's Rice, driving into the lane. A layup is good with the left hand. Rice with the power towards the basket. Puts it back to 8. Jones backing down, finds Loyal. Double team comes over, kicks out to Kimbrough. Wide open, it's halfway down and out on the 3-pointer. 61-53, 90 seconds to play in the opening half. Here's Rice with a head of steam, gets the English. Nice job by Rice, 2 straight drives, and it's back to a 6-point game. 61-55, about 1:10 to play in the first half. Here's Kimbrough, screening for Jones with the ball, hands off to Montgomery. Montgomery driving on Cavanaugh, hangs in the air, can't get that one to fall. Rebound tips over to Rice. CB Jeep looking to put up some speed as he kicks out to Pappas into the lane, goes up and under with the layup. And the shoe is now kind of on the other foot as Seaview Jeep has started to attack the basket at a high level, and ACI Robins Nest needs to talk things over with 50 seconds left. It's a 6-0 run, all 3 baskets coming in the form of a driving layup, 2 by Rice and 1 by Pappas. So with 51 seconds left in the second quarter, we have a 4-point game. We'll take a quick timeout. Final minute and change, or less than a minute and less change of the first half here in Manasquan. We're back here in Manasquan after the timeout. 51 seconds to play and counting, or not yet counting for whatever reason. Now 47 seconds as it was a little delayed in getting started. Dwayne Jones will bring the ball up. It's a high screen from Micah Kerr. Jones drives into the lane. A scoop layup is good. And a big basket for ACI Robins Nest to push the lead back to 6 points. Here's Justin Robinson probing. He'll just fall away for 2. High difficulty, and it goes down over the outstretched arm of Jared Kimbrough as Rice steals it the other way. Here's Kavanaugh in the lane. It's good, and we're back to a 2-point game. ACI can hold for 1. Great job by Seaview Jeep of cutting into this deficit late in this final minute of the first half. But ACI Robins Nest still ahead. 6 seconds now on the clock. Here's Kimbrough. Gets doubled. Pappas picks it up. Chance for the tie with 2 seconds with 1 at the buzzer. Rice gets the layup to fall. And a big run by Seaview Jeep to end the first half, all knotted up at 63. Well, this was a 10-point lead, but a 12-2 run by Seaview Jeep to end the quarter. Goes to the half with this game tied up at 63 all in a matchup with plenty of playoff implications. So at the half, again, 63 all between Seaview Jeep and ACI Robins Nest. 2 teams jockeying for position in the top half of the playoff standings. Both teams can get a top 3 seed, depending on who wins tonight. The winner of this game is in position for a top 3 seed. But at the half, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back in 5 minutes with the start of the second half here in Manasquan between Seaview Jeep and ACI Robins Nest, tied up at 63 all on the JSBL Network. Start of the second half here in Manasquan for the first leg of a doubleheader here on Monday night, the rare Monday night game. Well, one of two regular season Monday nights here at the JSBL. Seaview Jeep and ACI Robins Nest tied 63-63. Some of the stat leaders so far for ACI Robins Nest, Jared Kimbrough with a team high 17 points and a game high 12 rebounds, 16 points for Tyreek Montgomery, and 15 points for Dwayne Jones to go along with 8 assists. So he could be well on his way to another double-double, maybe even a triple-double as he has 4 rebounds. Here's George Pappas, first possession of the second half for Seaview Jeep. Off the dribble, lobs a floater up and in. Pappas, the crafty dribble into the lane, and he gets the foul on, it looks like Tyreek Montgomery. Yes, that will be Montgomery. 3 on Montgomery, 3 on Amari Jones, so nothing imminent, but definitely something to monitor if you're ACI Robins Nest. 1 free throw for Pappas. Pappas with a game-high 22 points in the first half, now 24 as he misses the free throw. Here's Montgomery. Mid-air, kicks over to Amari Jones, deflected off Kimbrough. Jones with a 3, it was halfway down and out. Seaview Jeep looking to build on the lead. Here's Pappas. Kicks out for Ruoff. Thought about a 3, instead gives it right back to Pappas. Now the defense gets reset. Rice open on a 3. Knocks it down. 2 straight buckets for Seaview Jeep to open up the second half by Pappas and Rice. And it's a 5-point lead in the opening minute. Here's Montgomery, a long 3 is short. Right in the hands of Pappas, another transition opportunity. Here's Rice into the lane, the strength blocked away by Dwayne Jones. Jones came over at the last second, now attacking, finds Kimbrough, goes high in the air for the floater, misses it, gets his own rebound, and puts it back and in. Starters in the game for, well, actually, even Loyal for Micah Kerr, and other than that, it's the starters for both teams. As Loyal matched up against Pappas. Now Montgomery switches on. He'll rise from 3. He's got it. Pappas on fire in this one. 27 points for the former Mama Star. Here's Jones, top of the key off a screen from Amari Jones. On the pop, he'll drive, gives to Kimbrough. Thought about a 3, and now he'll rise. That one's short. Rice gets the rebound, and ACI Robins Nest hasn't gotten on the offensive glass in the opening minutes as much as they did in that first half, as Pappas flips it over his head to Ruoff. A corner 3. That one won't fall. A host of ACI Robins Nest defenders in the area as it deflects out of bounds on the rebound. 2 other Seaview Jeep scorers in double figures, 17 points in that first half, I should say. 17 points for Justin Robinson and 14 for Xander Rice. Here is Robinson over to Rice. Catch and shoot 3 from the top of the key is short, but Ruoff flies in for the rebound. Around the horn, Pappas now with it. Finds Robinson cutting to the lane. A scoop layup is in for Justin Robinson. An 8-0 or in a 10-2 run. As here is the other way, Seaview Jeep. Pappas over to Robinson, back to Pappas, blocked by Kimbrough. Oh my goodness. Seaview Jeep was turning on the flash for the fast break, but Kimbrough denies it. Still a 10-2 run for Seaview Jeep to open up this third quarter. 73-65 lead, largest of the game for Seaview Jeep. ACI Robins Nest had a 13-point lead in the second quarter. It was 59-46, and then from there, it was a 17-4 run by Seaview Jeep to end the half. So baseline inbound for Pappas. Finds Emmett Hall. Hall looking for someone to get it to, finds Robinson. Thought about a 3, instead he'll step back on a triple, it's good. Wow. Seaview Jeep, and they have some of their main complements of scorers out there tonight, and they are showing exactly how dangerous they are. Here's Kimbrough, he'll give to Loyal. Off a screen from Jones, Loyal into the lane, left it short. Rebound over to Montgomery as he does a 360 on the ground, now needs some help. Over to Loyal, over to Kimbrough. Oh, it slipped off his hand and out of bounds. Kimbrough trying to appeal, it was deflected, and the officials will agree. It will remain ACI Robins Nest ball. So new chance here for ACI Robins Nest, down by double digits for the first time tonight. It's 76-65 in the opening 3 minutes of this second half. Here's an open 3 from Micah Kerr. That one bounces off the game clock and out of bounds. So since that 59-46 lead, it has been a 30-6 run. I'll say that again, 30-6. Wow. 76-65 with 7 minutes to play in the third. Here's Xander Rice. He's found his footing here in this game after a tough start. Went 0 for 5 in the first quarter. Rice guarding Amari Jones, or Amari Jones guarding him, I should say. Goes into the lane, just flips it up and in, and a foul. Xander Rice in his JSBL debut in 2026 is showing out. They'll get Amari Jones on the foul, and that's his fourth. So again, foul trouble a little bit here.
At the line, Xander Rice, he will be shooting.
As Amari Jones will check out, Tyreek Montgomery will check in. Rice at the line for one more. And it's good. I'll tell you what, I mean, in football they say the middle 8, the last 4 minutes of the second quarter and the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, you know, going out in and out of the half strong. Seaview Jeep has owned the middle 8s here so far in this game. As Kerr looking to snap the run, misses long on a 3. It's 79-65, and I mean, when you're down by double digits in the the last few minutes of a half, you want to say get it to a manageable 7 or 8 is where you want to target for. But they tied the game by the end of the first half, and now they have come out racing as Robinson trying to walk down Montgomery, falls away from the free throw line, leaves it short. Montgomery with the board, trying to kickstart the ACI Robins Nest offense, goes coast to coast, and got fouled by Emmett Hall. So Montgomery will go to the line for 2. They'll get Hall on the foul. Only 2 on Hall, so no real foul trouble on the Seaview Jeep big man, the only big man in attendance for Seaview Jeep tonight. It'll be 2 free throws for Montgomery. Once again, Montgomery 16 points, second on the team in that first half. As he knocks down the first. Lead is 13, and Seaview Jeep has come out strong here in the third quarter. 2 for 2 trip for Montgomery to try to put a little bit of a stop to this run. As Ruoff wide open down low, can't get the layup to fall as Kimbrough is there for the board. Missed opportunity for Seaview Jeep to extend the lead. Now Kerr down low, he gets it to fall. And the lead is 10. And again, this ACI Robins Nest team can heat up in a hurry as the pass by Hall will go out of bounds. And it will be ACI Robins Nest ball, yes. So they have a chance to cut this game to single digits. And again, basketball, a game of runs. Here's Montgomery, over to Jones. 3-pointer is good, and it's back to 7. So a 7-0 run for ACI Robins Nest, and this game right back within a few possessions. 5:30 to play in the third. Here's Xander Rice. He has been one of the top players here in the third quarter. Drives to the lane, high layup, won't go. Great contest by Kimbrough. And ACI Robins Nest can cut it to 2 possessions. Loyal trying to do just that on the 3. Around the rim, it won't go. As Pappas spikes the ball against the backboard and gets the rebound. Here's Rice in transition, a big 3 they needed. He missed it way short. Ruoff tried to save it. He does. Over to Pappas in a new possession. Pappas will rise from the logo and too strong, but Emmett Hall there for another offensive rebound. Pass over to Pappas, loses control of it. Now Rice left wide open from beyond the arc. Third opportunity, that one won't go either. And it'll hit the top of the backboard and out of bounds, and that will bring us to the immediate timeout. The momentum over the last minute and change, all ACI Robins Nest. The lead was once 14 a couple of minutes ago, now 7. We head to the timeout. We'll be back after this on the JSBL Network. We're back here after the media timeout. A three-pointer from Ibn Loyal is good. And ACI Robins Nest taking all the momentum. It was a 14-point lead a couple of minutes ago, and it's now just 4. Loyal with the 3. That's his second. He's got 11 points on the night. Here's George Pappas into the lane. Now a wraparound pass was looking for Kavanaugh, but it's picked off. ACI Robins Nest can cut it to a point or 2. Jones in the lane flips it up and in, and it's down to a 1-score game. Here's Rice in the lane. He gets it to go and 1. ACI Robins Nest can't believe it. They're all putting their hands up in succession. They'll get Kerr on the foul as they all thought Kerr went vertical. So one more free throw for Xander Rice as the lead up to 81-77. And he completes the three-point play. Big bucket for Seaview Jeep as ACI Robins Nest had all the momentum. They had scored 10 straight points. Here's Loyal. Euro step, loses it. Out of bounds, remains ACI Robins Nest ball as it was deflected by CJ Ruoff. Kavanaugh into the game for Emmett Hall during the timeout. Here's Kimbrough on the inbound. Loyal thought about another 3. Instead, he'll give back to Dwayne Jones. Off the dribble, drives, got fouled on his way up. And Dwayne Jones will head to the foul line for 2. They'll get Kavanaugh on the rip. Misses the first one short. Second free throw for Jones is good, so he splits a pair, and the lead is back to 4. So a big third quarter here for both teams as Pappas will rise from 3 and leaves it short. Kerr will let it go out of bounds with under 4 minutes to play in the third. Jones will bring it up. Jones fires over to Loyal, looking for another 3. It was online, but he left it just short. Lead still 4 with 3.5 to play in the third. Here's Robinson. One-footed floater from the free throw line is good. That was nice from Justin Robinson, and the lead back to 6. Here's Loyal. Entire ACI Robins Nest team was looking for a defensive 3 seconds, but they didn't get one as Loyal into the lane drives a foul, or draws a foul, I should say, on the way up. They'll get Pappas on the foul. Only the first on Pappas. 2 free throws for Ibn Loyal. First free throw is short, and ACI Robins Nest hasn't been able to make their free throws at a consistent enough clip. But they're still fully in this game in the last minutes of the third as Loyal misses both. Here's Pappas. Lobs it in for Ruoff. He gets it to go, and a foul. Long entry pass from Pappas into Ruoff. And a nice job to finish all in one motion as it looks like Ibn Loyal's unhappy with, I believe he was looking for a lane violation on his free throw. ACI foul, charge number 2, Dwayne Jones, his first foul on Dwayne Jones. 4 on ACI Robins Nest in the quarter with 3 minutes to play as Ruoff finishes off the 3-point play. Ruoff with 9 points tonight. He hasn't been his usual efficient self. He's now 3 of 10 from the floor. As Montgomery falls down on the 3, but he knocks it down anyways. Big 3 to cut the lead to 6. And you can feel the intensity start to rise for ACI Robins Nest. Robinson trying to quiet the momentum. He can't, but Pappas hauls in the board. Over to Kavanaugh. A 3 in the corner is short. Hits the top of the backboard and out of bounds. It will be ACI Robins Nest ball. And you can tell an increased sense of urgency here in these next couple of possessions for the Nest as they look to enter the fourth quarter in a good spot, as Amari Jones will check back into the game. He replaces Micah Kerr. Here's Jones into the lane, rises up and finishes over the contesting Robinson. Is back to a 4-point game. Here's Robinson into the lane, 3 defenders there, kicks out for Kavanaugh, extra pass to Ruoff, around the horn, Rice, Pappas, drives in, defense there, kicks out for Ruoff, he's open from 3, that one's short, Montgomery the board. And you can, again, feel the momentum starting to shift the way of ACI Robins Nest. Kimbrough in the lane, gets the layup to fall, it's back to a 1-possession game. 87-85 with 2 minutes to play in the third. Seaview Jeep will slow it down now, Robinson, and they'll get Loyal on a foul. A little bit too much contact there. I don't really know what he was trying to debate. It was very obviously a foul. And that will put Justin Robinson at the free throw line as ACI Robins Nest is over the limit. So Robinson will try to push this to a 2-possession game.
It'll be Justin Robinson, he's shooting 2.
First one is good, as Robinson battling the 6th man for ACI Robins Nest, they call him. Or, all of them in attendance tonight. As the second one good. So 2 free throws for Justin Robinson to push the lead back up to 2 possessions. Here is Jones probing into the lane. High pass, too high for Kimbrough. He was looking for a foul. Transition opportunity over to Rice. Layup is good off the dish from George Pappas, and a big bucket to push the lead back up to 6. ACI Robins will slow it down with 90 seconds to play in the third. Here's Kimbrough over to Jones. He'll rise up from 3 on the wing. That one too strong. Ruoff, a big rebound over Loyal. 91-85. Here's Rice. Driving on Jones into the lane, off the glass, can't get it to fall. It was around the rim and out. Amari Jones with the board, he'll bring the ball up. 1:07 to play in the third as Loyal misses a layup, and he got a foul on the way up. No matter what happened there, the officials were going to get someone upset, as Pappas couldn't believe the call. But if there wasn't a foul, well, all 6 ACI Robins Nest players might have started leaping in the air with their shock. First free throw for Loyal won't go, and again, free throws starting to come up a little bit here for ACI Robins Nest. At the media timeout, they were 8 of 14 in the game compared to 10 of 13 for Seaview Jeep, and that number has certainly changed since then, as Loyal misses that one long, will get a whistle, and they did get the lane violation that they were looking for. They'll get it on Ruoff, and it'll be one more for Ibn Loyal. 1:03 to play in the third quarter. And that one won't go either, so the lane violation ends up meaning nothing. 91-85 with a minute to play in the third. Here's Rice driving into the lane. Now a fall away 2. That one can't get the bounce. Jones with the rebound, looking to push the pace. Turns on the Jets, loses control of it, stripped by Rice. Pappas tries to save it, and it'll go out of bounds off Kimbrough. Big stop for Seaview Jeep, I should say, with the 6-point lead. 45 seconds to play in the first quarter. Here's Robinson with Jones on him. He'll just rise up from way downtown, falling away, and it's good. Justin Robinson, when he is in the zone, you cannot hope to stop him, and that's a big 3 to push the lead to 9. 7 seconds separating shot and game clock. ACI Robins Nest needs a score. Down by nearly double digits. Here's Kimbrough, finds Montgomery, thought about a 3, instead he'll drive. Double clutch layup is good, and that's a big bucket to cut the deficit to 7. 10 seconds now for Seaview Jeep. They'll hold for 1 with Robinson. Here's Robinson with Montgomery on him, crosses over into the lane, layup reverse, and that one's good, and what an end to the third quarter from Justin Robinson. 5 straight points to give ACI Robins Nest a 9-point deficit, give Seaview Jeep a 9-point lead. We're through 3 quarters, 96-87, an exciting game that has playoff implications. 4th quarter coming up in just a minute on the JSBL Network. We're back here in Manasquan, 4th quarter of action here between Seaview Jeep and ACI Robins Nest as ACI with possession of the ball. Kimbrough hits the double team to layup. They trail by 7 points now after that basket, 96-89 in the opening seconds of the 4th. 23 points apiece for Tyreek Montgomery and Dwayne Jones, 21 and 14, I should say, for Jared Kimbrough, and George Pappas can't knock down a 3. That would have given him 30 on the game. It would have been his 6th 3. Here's Jones over to Montgomery. Long 3 is good. They needed that one, and it's back down to 4. This game has been the epitome of the adage that basketball is a game of runs. And there's certainly been a lot of runs tonight. It's 96-92 as Rice into the lane. Good defense by the two Jones brothers. Forces that shot off balance. Here's Montgomery, coast to coast, goes up with the layup. It's good. It's back to a 1-possession game. 96-94 a minute in as Pappas gets his pocket picked, and he'll take the foul. And you can feel the momentum shifting the way of ACI Robins Nest when they get a couple of points in a row, and they're going to call a transition take foul on George Pappas. So that'll be a free throw and the ball for ACI Robins Nest. Jones was fouled, so he'll take the shot. 3 on Pappas. Mari Jones' free throw won't go. As Emmett Hall will check in for Seaview Jeep. He replaces Colin Cavanaugh. But still, even after the free throw, even after the missed free throw, a chance for ACI to tie or take the lead, down 96-94. Both teams have held double-digit leads. And here we are. Here's Jones probing into the lane around the defense. Now around the horn. Montgomery for the lead. He missed it short. Pappas with the rebound. He'll give to Robinson. Robinson driving into the lane. Needs some help. No look pass over to Emmett Hall. He gets the layup and the foul. Hall with his 2nd field goal of the night, and that was a big one, as it gives Seaview Jeep a little bit of a cushion. And I believe that is Kerr's 4th. So once again, foul trouble, a little bit of something to look out for here with Kimbrough on the bench. 1 free throw for Hall. Can't get it to fall. Loyal with the rebound. Here's Jones pushing the pace. Doesn't have the numbers, so he'll retreat into the half court. Dwayne Jones operating, kicks over to Ibn Loyal. He'll take a long 3-pointer. That one way short, just grazed the rim. And a rebound by Seaview Jeep. They get a big stop with a 4-point lead. As that ball tipped out of bounds by Amari Jones. Good defense on Robinson. It'll remain Seaview Jeep possession. And again, the winner of this game is in position for a top 3 seed. No matter who wins, whoever wins this game can finish as low as 3, but also a chance for 2 in the standings, depending on how Larson Ford and Stearns Trailer goes tomorrow night. Here's Robinson backing down Montgomery, 2 to shoot. He'll rise up at the buzzer, off the glass. A little kiss off the glass. That was a pretty move from Justin Robinson, and the lead is back up to 6. Here's Dwayne Jones. Jared Kimbrough set to check in at the next dead ball. Swings over to Montgomery, thought about a 3, kicks to Kerr. His 3 in the corner is up and way off. An air ball too strong, and another stop for Seaview Jeep. 2.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. A nice dime down to Ruoff, and he finishes. And it's just as we felt like it was a one-possession game with the momentum the way of ACI Robins Nest. 6 straight points for Seaview Jeep, and it's back to 8 as Amari Jones gets rejected the other way. He gets his own rebound. 10 to shoot, kicks over to Dwayne Jones. Floater in the lane is good. We'll get a whistle, and trying to see what the call is, as it looked like ACI Robins Nest was trying to call a timeout.
Foul has been assessed against ACI.
But they'll give them a technical.
Misusage of a timeout.
So you can't call a timeout after a made basket. And the technical is for misuse of a timeout. So it'll be a free throw and the ball for ACI Robins Nest as Pappas knocks down the free throw. They were trying to get Kimbrough back in the game. But it cost them a point. They do successfully get Kimbrough in the game. So I guess mission accomplished. It did just cost them a point. We'll see if that comes back to bite them in the end. Here's Robinson off a screen. It passes tipped and into the hands of Loyal. Loyal trying to go coast to coast. He lays it up and in. Back down to 5 now. 6:48 to play in regulation. Here's Ruoff driving in on Kerr. He gets rejected at the basket. Bounce pass over to Jones. Jones left alone from 3. It's up and no good. It's short as Robinson tried to tip off of Jones on the rebound. Good job by Jones getting out of the way, and it remains ACI Robins Nest possession. Fresh 14 on the shot clock as Jones will get it to Loyal on the inbound. Here on the low block, backing down Xander Rice. 2 defenders come over, steps through, can't get the layup to fall, but he was fouled on the way up. So Ibn Loyal will head to the free throw line for 2, trying to once again cut this to a one-possession game. Rice on the foul, it's his 3rd. But again, at this juncture in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes to play, when you get your 2 or 3 fouls, it's not as meaningful as it is in the first half, obviously. Loyal's first free throw is good. ACI Robins Nest 9 of 20 from the foul line through 3 quarters compared to 14 of 17 from Seaview Jeep, and that might be the difference. It is the difference right now if you look at the raw numbers, as Loyal makes both. We're back to a one-possession game, 103 to 100. Here's Pappas into the front court. Off a screen from Ruoff, drives baseline, nobody there, and he scores. Pappas got around the defense from Jones, and nobody rotated over at the basket. Nice job by Pappas. Again, he has been one of the best players on the floor tonight. Here's Loyal, curling around, driving into the lane, flips it up, no. Kimbrough's rebound won't fall on the putback, but he got fouled. We'll see who it's on. They'll get Pappas. So 2 free throws for Jared Kimbrough.
Charge number 1, George Pappas is 4.
That's 4
Kimbrough, he will be shooting 2.
on Pappas. First free throw for Kimbrough is good.
Entering for the Nest,
Amari Jones will check back in for Micah Kerr. As Kimbrough hits 2. .105 to 102. We're back to a one-possession game. Here's Robinson. So many times the go-to guy for Seaview. GP lost possession. Montgomery with the steal, and ACI Robins Nest can once again tie the game. Kimbrough lobs it up for Loyal. It stays in bounds after Ruoff tried to throw it off of him. Cut by Kimbrough into the lane. It's good. We're back to a one-point game. Nearing the midway point of the fourth quarter, Robinson creates space and knocks down the free throw line jumper. A big one to put the lead back to 3. I'll tell you what, ACI Robins Nest has come close, but they just haven't been able to get over the hump and take this lead back in this second half. As Kimbrough finds Loyal down low. He missed the layup, but he got fouled. They'll get Rice on the foul once again. So 4 on Rice and 4 on Pappas. 2 free throws for Ibn Loyal. First one's good. ACI Robins Nest, their efficiency from the foul line in this fourth quarter has been much better. as we get a whistle. And it looks like there's a debate over at the scorer's table. Not sure about what. And it looks like the coaching staff for ACI Robinson was looking for a clarification on that timeout rule after they got a technical on the last one. As Loyal's second free throw rattles around halfway down and out. So 107-105, 5 minutes to play, midway point of the fourth quarter. Both teams looking for a top 3 seed. Here's Ruoff into the lane. A running layup is good through the contact. And it's back up to a 2-possession game. Here's Jones with pace, finds Kimbrough. He'll retreat back to Jones. High screen. Robinson goes over it. Now Jones into the lane, finds Montgomery. A long 3 from the corner is down. We're back to a 1-point game once again. Tyreek Montgomery has been a major player in this one. 109-108. He has been dangerous from beyond the arc. Here's Robinson. Multiple defenders trying to stop him. Drives right into the lane. Falls away. Can't get that one to fall. Montgomery with the board. ACI Robinson can take the lead for the first time in the second half here on this possession. Jones, the point guard, to control traffic as we'll get a whistle and an offensive foul, and that's 5 on Amari Jones. And that will send us into the media timeout. So another stop by Seaview Jeep. 4:11 left. 109-108 Seaview Jeep with the lead. And we will head to the media timeout. 4 minutes to play here on the JSBL Network. We're back here in Manasquan after the media timeout. 4 minutes to play, and Seaview Jeep with a 1-point lead. Here's Justin Robinson isolating on Tyreek Montgomery. Robinson drives into the lane, kicks for Kavanaugh, around the horn to Pappas. Step back 3 is up and down. Big time 3 for George Pappas to put the lead back to 4. And that was a shot that Seaview Jeep really needed with the momentum headed the direction of ACI Robin's Nest. Here's Kimbrough driving baseline, goes up and under, flips it up and in, and the foul. They'll get Pappas on the foul. That's 5 on the star guard. And it's 112-110 with a free throw for Kimbrough. Gets it to go, and it's back to a 1-point game. They have been at this point down by 1 so many times here in the second half. They just haven't been able to get over the hump. Can they do it, or will Seaview Jeep close this one out as Robinson puts it back to 3 with a floater? Nobody picked him up in transition. And it's up to a 3-point game now, 114-111. Here's Jones with Kavanaugh on him, driving into the lane. 10 to shoot, rises up with a floater. He got fouled. They'll get Kavanaugh on the whistle. ACI Robinson is now in the bonus with 3 minutes to play. So it'll be free throws the rest of the way for the Nest.
That CBU foul is on number 4, Colin Kavanaugh, his 3rd. It'll be Dwayne Jones at the line, shooting 2.
as Jones' first free throw goes. 3 on Kavanaugh. Once again, ACI Robbins Nest over the limit with 3:10 to play. 2 for 2 trip, yes, for Dwayne Jones. And once again, I feel like a broken record. It's back to a 1-point game. 114 to 113. Can ACI Robbins Nest get that big stop and score combo? Robinson just barely gets across the line before the 8-second violation. Isolation, Robinson working on Montgomery. He'll rise from the foul line, and there is nothing you can do when Justin Robinson is in his bag and rising up, and it's back to a 3-point game. Under 3 to play. Here's Jones. Drives now towards the baseline, gives back to Kimbrough with Rice on him. Goes into the lane, finger roll is good. Kimbrough puts down another as Robinson facing some tough defense, and we're getting a foul on Ibn Loyal. The foul on Loyal, once again, only the second on ACI Robbins Nest in the quarter. And only 2 on Loyal. It looked like Robinson initiated the contact, but it looked like there was contact by Loyal even before Robinson kind of backed up into him, so the right call was made in the end. Here's Robinson, drive, kick, Ruoff, 3, corner, got it! That is a big 3 by Ruoff to once again build some cushion off the 1-point lead. It's 4 now, 119 to 115, and the ball is off the shin of Tyreek Montgomery. It goes the way of Seaview Jeep, and Justin Robinson has something to say to the 6th man. And we'll get a timeout by Tyler Schmelz. 2:05 on the clock. We got a great one on tap here. 2 minutes to play, 119 to 115. We'll take a quick break with the timeout. We'll be back after this with the last 2 minutes to play here in Manasquan. Seaview Jeep with the ball after the timeout. There's 2 minutes to play in this huge game for playoff standings. Here's Robinson once again isolating on Tyreek Montgomery. Montgomery's done a great job in that matchup so far, but Robinson kicks out to Xander Rice, a long 3. That one is short. Rebound tapped out by Ruoff into the hands of Tyreek Montgomery. 1:40 to play, 4-point game. ACI Robbins Nest hasn't been able to combine a stop and a score. Montgomery with a 3, it won't go. Loyal with the board, he puts it back up and in. There's the score, can they get the stop? 119 to 117 with a minute and a half to play. Pappas crosses the midcourt line. Tyler Schmelz telling them to isolate. Amari Jones has 5 fouls, they gotta be careful. 12 to shoot, Pappas will rise from 3. That one an air ball. Now Jones in transition, drives into the lane, loses the ball, it's taken away by Ruoff. Once again, they just can't combine the stops and scores. There's a minute to play, a 2-point lead for Seaview Jeep. Robinson with Loyal on him, 10 to shoot. Robinson isolates, now 8 to shoot, 50 on the game clock. Here's Robinson, 3 to shoot, now 2 into the lane, reverse layup won't go. Chance to tie for ACI Robbins Nest. Kimbrough driving on 2, it's taken away once again. Kavanaugh with the steal. We'll get a whistle, and Tyler Schmelz gets in a timeout. The Seaview Jeep defense coming up clutch in these last couple of minutes of play. And with 32.6 on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock, well, ACI Robbins Nest has an interesting decision to make on this last possession. There's 12 seconds between the shot and game clock. Do they foul or do they let this play out? Again, with the duration of the shot clock, there would be 12 seconds remaining if it goes down to 0. But do you want to risk letting CVG put up a score that could potentially put this one away if it's a 3 or even a 2? That would push it to a 4-point game. It's 119 to 117. I'm sure ACI Robbins is going to apply the pressure. The 5 on the floor for CVG. It's Robinson, Rice, Pappas, Ruoff, and Kavanaugh. The 5 on the floor for ACI Robbins Nest: Dwayne Jones, Amari Jones, Montgomery, Loyal, and Kimbrough. It'll be Ruoff to inbound on the sideline. They find Pappas on the opposite side, and as of now, it looks like they're going to let it play on. Pappas will take some time off. 10 to shoot. ACI Robbins Nest still not fouling yet. Pappas into the lane, gets doubled, kicks out for Robinson. 4 to shoot. Robinson needs to make something happen. Finds Rice. A runner is no good. 12 seconds left. ACI Robbins Nest with a chance to tie. Here's Montgomery for the tie. He left it short. Loyal, the putback. That one won't go. Second putback won't go either. Ball on the ground. Kimbrough puts it up. Got fouled. It won't go. Jared Kimbrough with a chance to tie the game at the free throw line with 1.2 seconds left. They had 3 chances at it. The first 2 didn't fall, but Kimbrough right there. The third one didn't fall either, but he got fouled. And Jared Kimbrough, 1.2 seconds left with a potential chance at a top 2 seed on the line. He missed the first one short. He can't believe it. Emmett Hall will check into the game for Colin Kavanaugh to rebound. And with 1.2 left, ACI Robbins Nest down 119 to 117. What is the strategy if you're Kimbrough? Loyal and Jones into rebound for ACI. He misses it intentionally, gets it back, he dunks it, we get a whistle. And we're gonna get a lane violation. Kimbrough left too early. The clock is at 0.5 right now. They're going to put it back to 1.2 because technically there was no play. But it's not looking good for ACI because they still have a foul to give. It'll be Pappas to inbound. 119 to 117. Pappas will inbound in front of the ACI bench. .2 seconds on the clock. CVG 1.2 seconds away from winning this game. Still waiting for the game clock to be adjusted to the correct 1.2 seconds, and now it is. Pappas will inbound with Montgomery defending. Again, ACI has a foul to give. Here we go. Inbound into Ruoff. It goes out of bounds. There's still time on the clock. The officials will converge now. It went off Ruoff last with time still on the clock. We'll get a discussion here. The buzzer never went off. There's 0.3 on the clock right now. So as it stands, ACI will have one chance at an improbable lob. So it'll be ACI ball. It'll be an inbound from the opposite bench. And it looks like there will be a conference with the scores table to figure out what the correct time should be. Well, this has been a tremendous game here to open up the last week of the regular season. And we have been in for an instant classic. And I don't believe there was a timeout called, just both teams huddling up. The officials now huddling up at midcourt, and the momentum has been stopped a little bit. So it will actually be ACI Robinson's ball after they advance the ball on presumably a timeout. So Jones to inbound. we'll see what the play is here. I would imagine it's probably going to be a lob to Kimbrough at some point. 0.3 seconds left, a 2-point game. Jones lobs it up for Loyal. It hits the bottom of the rim. It's over. Seaview Jeep wins an instant classic to open up the final week of the regular season. Both teams took the momentum, and then the opposite took it right back. But in the end, Seaview Jeep just 2 points better in this one. A 119 to 117 final score. We'll get you the interview with our player of the game. We'll see who it is. There's a lot of candidates for both sides, but particularly Seaview Jeep. But a 119 to 117 victory for Seaview Jeep. So leg one of the doubleheader out of the way. We got leg two between OIB Ortho and WCT Warriors coming up next. Be sure to stay tuned for that one. And we'll get our interview with our star of the game. So 119-117 final score. Seaview Jeep wins. They lock in a top 3 seed in the playoff positioning, a chance for a 2 seed, depending on how Larson, Ford, and Stearns Trailer play tomorrow night. And what a game this was to open up the doubleheader. So we'll have our player of the game interview after this quick break on the JSBL Network.
Hello, hello. Oh, mine's working. I can hear you, George. I can hear me. I can't hear you.
All right.
There we go. Yeah.
Apologies for the technical difficulties. Alacrat Himmel now here with George Pappas after the 119 to 117 win for Seaview Jeep over ACI Robbins. That's an instant classic to open up the last week of the regular season. George Pappas, 33 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. This was one that came down to the wire. a lot of momentum shifting back and forth for the entire game. How are you guys able to come up with the last stand and come away with the win?
Oh, I mean, we got Justin, Xander, and I, 3 professionals. You know, we should be able to handle that. We were a little tired, but we stuck together, won the game. You know, happy to just play some basketball with my boys.
And you guys got down by 14 points earlier in the first half. You guys won the football term, the middle eights, the end of the first half, beginning of the second half. Took a double-digit lead yourselves. How are you guys able to take control of the game and go up big?
I just staying composed. I mean, obviously they had Jared. That was a tough matchup for us. But yeah, we were just able to stay composed, and you know, our players made plays, and we won the game.
And yeah, 119 to 117 was a bit of an interesting ending, but you guys got the stops that you needed. How are you guys able to lock in at the end and once again get those stops that you really needed? You got some scores, but in the end, it was the defensive end that really helped you guys come over the top and win the game.
I think Colin had like 2 humongous steals at the end there, so that was huge. We just stayed focused and stayed together. I mean, we looked a little shaky after that. We got that double-digit lead and then just relaxed for a little bit, but they came back. They had some fans over there in the corner chirping us a little bit, but you know, it's all fun and games. And we're you know, having fun in the summer playing basketball. When
the 6th man is in attendance, it always adds a little bit of extra difficulty to get a win against ACI Robinson. Well, you've been here for a few games now. How do you feel like this Seaview team has continued to grow and played well over this last stretch towards the playoffs?
No, I mean, I obviously have only been here 3 games. I just moved to New York, so getting down here has been tough. But, yeah, I mean, like I said at the beginning, we got 3 professionals, and we're all products of King Rice. So, you know, we're able to play together and play good basketball. And, you know, that's what it's about. We were missing Josh Cohen today. He's obviously a force. But we're good. We just got good, solid basketball players, man. That's all it is.
And that was going to be my next point. 3 different generations of Monmouth basketball. When you talk about you, Justin, and Xander, even a 4th if you count Jesse Steele, who's been here this year as well. I guess big picture, what's that experience been like for you?
No, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it's really just family camaraderie. I mean, I never played with Justin in a Monmouth game. Xander's never played with me. So, like you said, different generations. But at the same time, we're always in the gym together. You know, King Rice has just made that such a family locker room. You've been here, you could come here forever, and that's amazing.
And last question for you. Obviously, standout career at Monmouth, like we were just talking about. I believe you've been playing in Greece the last few years professionally.
Yeah.
What's that experience been like, and what are you looking forward to this upcoming year?
I mean, I just finished my 4th year in Greece. It's been amazing. I mean, I obviously got family out there. My brother lives out there with my goddaughter. It's amazing. You know, living in Athens is one of the best places to live in Europe by far, and it's awesome. But you know, if you know me, I'm a true Jersey boy, so it doesn't matter if I'm sitting on the Athens Riviera drinking a coffee. I still miss Jersey, but it's a blessing. It really has been a blessing. I'll probably end up going back to Greece for a 5th year. I get married next year, and then I'll see how life looks after I get married, whether it's worth it to keep playing or not. Yeah.
Well, congratulations in advance.
you.
George Pappas, our player of the game, 34 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists as Seaview Jeep notches a big win for playoff positioning over ACI Robinson. George, congrats on the win tonight. Best of luck the rest of the year in the playoffs.
Thank you.